Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. It is time to share another round of in-depth candle reviews. So that's what we're doing here on my channel today. If you are new around here and you are interested in more of my home fragrance related content, like these in-depth candle reviews or my candle hauls or my weekly home fragrance roundup, and you are not already subscribed, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button before checking out of today's video. You can find that right below the video here, and that way all of my future home fragrance related content will pop up in your subscription feed. All right, you guys, so I'll be reviewing 3 candles today. We're kicking it off in this first video here with ScentWorx Golden Vanilla, and then a little bit later on this afternoon and early this evening, you will see a country candle review and a Kringle candle review. So let's go ahead and get started with ScentWorx Golden Vanilla. I'm gonna go ahead and read through the fragrance notes, tell you what I smell in this one. We'll discuss the strength and the throw, which has fluctuated a little bit here. And then we will address any burn issues. And there are some burn issues to discuss here. I have been reviewing these ScentWorx candles that were sent to me from Rakuten & Co. And just in general, my overall opinion is that I really don't love these. The strength and throw is just not where I would like it to be, but honestly, I think my bigger issue with these ScentWorx candles is the wicks and the burn quality that I'm getting. So we'll dig into that a little bit more when we get to that part of the video, but let's go ahead and start with the fragrance itself. All right, so the scent story here reads, creamy vanilla and spun sugar are combined with succulent fig and coconut cream for a truly delectable delight. The fragrance notes at the top are sweet red berry, succulent fig, and orange. The mid notes are edible blooms, spun sugar, and rice flour. And the bottom notes are coconut cream, vanilla, caramel, and musk. I'm gonna go ahead and just read the fragrance notes that are listed on the bottom of the candle. The notes there are vanilla, succulent fig, spun sugar, and coconut cream. Honestly, I think the fragrance notes that are listed on the bottom are probably the most accurate representation of what I actually smell in this fragrance. When it comes to the sweet red berry, I don't smell anything berry in here at all. Be the berries red, blue, or black, whatever color. There are no berries here. I don't smell orange. I do not smell any edible blooms. I don't even smell rice flour. I don't get caramel here. And I do get a muskiness. I will say that the musk is present in this one. But really the bulk of what I'm smelling here is that really nice creamy vanilla, the fig note, that spun sugar note, and the coconut cream. That is what this fragrance presents itself as to my nose. It is a little bit of a perfumey vanilla. There are edible aspects to it for sure. You know, you've got that delicious creamy vanilla note. You've got that fig, you've got the spun sugar, you have the coconut cream. Those all do smell very edible to my nose, but at the base, you do have that musk note. And I think it's the musk in here that is giving this just a slight perfumey vibe. So it's an interesting combination of both kind of smelling a little bit edible and a little bit perfumey at the same time. I actually really like this particular fragrance. I still have the old ScentWorx, what's the word I'm looking for? Body spray. I don't know why I was struggling to find that word. I still have the Golden Vanilla body spray and I love it. I love layering that particular fragrance with a lot of my more gourmand or vanilla leaning fragrances in my perfume collection. So the fragrance itself is delightful. I love this scent, you guys. In fact, I love this scent so much that this is one of the few that I would consider repurchasing, but not to burn. I would get it in the smallest size, which is, I don't know the number of ounces, but this one here is the 14.5 ounce. I have been told that the smaller version of these new ScentWorx candles do actually fit inside of a candle crock. So I might pop down to my local Walmart and pick one of those up, because that's where you can find these ScentWorx candles. I will obviously also have them linked in the description box down below, but when it comes to these particular Rakuten & Co candles, you can easily find them at your local Walmart now. So if you like smelling your candles in person, definitely hit up your local store. Also, these are just cheaper at Walmart than they are on the Rakuten & Co website. I mean, you can, apply my discount code there, but I think these are honestly just a better deal at Walmart. So if you are going to get these, get them there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, pick up that smaller size just to be able to melt. I wish that I could put this one into a candle crock, because like I said, the scent itself I really enjoy, but the strength and throw has been a roller coaster, just kind of like the other candles have been. The strength, when this is performing and the wicks aren't super puny, I would put at just about like between a 4 and a 5. I can smell it in the room where I'm burning it, but it's not super potent, like the strength is just like a light medium at best. For me to really be excited about a candle, I feel like the strength has to be a solid medium. So at least a 6 out of 10 in terms of strength and throw. And this is definitely not there. This is lighter than that. So it just it's hard to smell this one in my house unless I have had it in some of our smaller rooms, like the bathrooms or our master bedroom upstairs. I could smell this one a little bit better up there. But yeah, in the downstairs, this has completely gotten lost. So the strength and throw has kind of waffled between, like I said, between a 4 and a 5 to as low as about a 2. And when it went down to a 2 was when the wicks kind of just almost, I feel like they started to consume themselves. This one got puny wick syndrome several times throughout the burn here. All right, let's discuss the overall burn quality here. This is really my main beef or my main issue with this ScentWorx revamp. Listen, the fragrances themselves, while they are not quite as complex or sophisticated maybe as a lot of the HomeWorx fragrances tend to be, I do think there are some basic, delicious scents here, especially if you like the gourmands. I think the fragrances themselves are enjoyable. Again, not crazy complex, not crazy sophisticated or fancy like the HomeWorx scents tend to be, but nice basic scents. So no issue there. For me, the main concern with this revamp is how these candles are burning. So I don't know if this is necessarily just a wick issue or a wax issue or an oil issue. It could be any combination of those things, but I think some adjustments should be made here so that these can burn a little bit better. So first thing, the wicks. These wicks are constantly drowning. I have had to pour, like I said, the wax off multiple times here to get the wicks to recover. And once I did that, the candle was kind of fine for a couple of burns, but then it would go back to, that puny wick syndrome. And another thing that, also happened as these wicks were deteriorating is I feel like a lot of that carbon residue that was on the wicks would fall into the wax. It would then start to discolor the wax. And then in the case of these scents here, it did actually affect the fragrance. Like you could kind of smell that the scent was a little bit just maybe dingy smelling, if that makes sense. Like it just smelled a little bit like dirtier. Definitely not as good as, you know, when I would get a fresh light on a like new wax pool, if you will. So I hate that. Now, luckily, because I have had to pour the wax off so many times, I have actually poured off a lot of that dingy wax, which then, you know, you get that nice fresh wax layer that hasn't been touched by the flame quite yet. And then it smells like the candle originally did again. And that's all fine and well. But I don't know, I just don't think that you should have to do that. There's just a lot of babysitting required here. And while when I'm burning candles, you know, I'm home, I'm enjoying the hobby, I just don't like having to baby my candles. A little candle maintenance, yes, absolutely. I think if you are in the home fragrance hobby realm, we all know there is some maintenance that needs to occur, but the maintenance here, I think it's kind of a lot to ask. And again, the price point, I guess for the price point, I shouldn't complain too much about the burn quality, but I just feel like Rakuten can do better than this. And I think they actually had a better situation before this revamp when it comes to ScentWorx especially. Now, one other thing that I want to mention, and this is just a very small, minor thing that really isn't that big of a deal, but I'm going to go ahead and turn the candle around so that we can take a look at it. So as you can see, ooh, that's not coming off on camera very well, is it? Let me see if I move it off to the side. Now, it's really hard to tell, but there is quite a bit of wax that is sticking to the side of the jar there. And I always like it when that wax eventually, you know, kind of melts down into the rest of the wax pool. But because these don't get super hot, and I think it has to do with the wicks, because these don't get super hot, it just makes it difficult for that wax that gets on the sides to eventually melt down and join the rest of the wax pool. So while you can't see that really heavy line of like demarcation where the last burn ended right now, the only reason that you're not seeing that like dingy wax layer there is because I did, before this burn, have to pour off some of the wax to be able to light it for this review here. So yeah, I feel like these candles are a lot of work, and again, the price point is pretty inexpensive. Maybe I should expect to have this type of maintenance, but it's just not something that I'm personally into. I like to set it and forget it. And by forget it, I mean, you know, I still set the timer in my head to check on everything periodically, and definitely for the most part, everything gets extinguished at the 3-hour mark. But like this really doesn't give me any wiggle room. I feel like I constantly need to check in on these candles, and I'm just not really into that. So for what it's worth, that's my opinion on the Golden Vanilla. I'll definitely share the last 2 reviews here coming up soon. I still have to review s'mores and sugar cookie. It was sugar cookie. So I'll review those. Both are scents that I have enjoyed, but again, we're gonna be addressing these wick and wax issues again in those reviews. So, but yeah, I'll review them. Like I said, Rakuten and Co. was kind enough to send me these 5 candles to be able to share my thoughts with you, but I am gonna share my honest opinion. So for what it's worth, those are my thoughts on this one. Stay tuned for some more candle reviews going live a little bit later on today. Again, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.